Two roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. This week I had the privilege of speaking to Association for Professional Consultants. My topic was Consultant as Leader and Communicator. It was a great group, and I really had a lot of fun, and I think they got a lot out of it. What was most interesting, maybe, especially when I was talking about the leadership section, one of the areas we focused on was power. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the very famous quote by Lord Acton: power has a tendency to corrupt. Absolute power absolutely corrupts. Well, we see that in our everyday lives all the time. And what we did when we talked about power was we talked about the different types of power. Now, there's legitimate power, which comes from your title or your position. Then there is position power, which has several different dimensions, such as reward power, coercive power, and those kinds of things. And then the most interesting was we talked about personal power. Now, personal power is the kind you need to focus on. Power can be a very good thing, and personal power boils down to three different areas at least. One is being an expert, another is information power, and then the third would be referent power, which is maybe the highest form of power, because what it does is it requires you to have high integrity and respect from other people based on your behavior. Then those of you that know my work are familiar probably with the basic concepts that I have relative to communication. It goes like this. Effective communication requires more than talent. It involves trust, respect, understanding, empathy, and resolution. It is an art. It is an art. We talked about all of those areas, and then what we did was we got into some illustrations and examples. One of the highlights of the evening was when we talked about art and we talked about communicating, especially empathy. What I did was I actually broke into song. And then after I sang a little ditty, I went out into the audience and I engaged with the master of ceremonies and encouraged him to come up with me. I happen to know he was a singer also. And so together we sang a song. Then this was used as an illustration for how empathy is so important, not only in your organization, but how empathy is very, very important in your everyday life. Thank you for sharing a few minutes with me today, and a special thank you to Association for Professional Consultants. If you would like more information about our speaking or coaching, please email me or call me today. Thanks again.